Hello, this is week 3. And this week you're going to take a close look at including all children as you're planning your work. And the other thing we're going to take a very close look at is ethics and the ethical considerations as we work our way through the issues and problems that always seem to come up when you're teaching. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will continue on. Okay, let's get in here. All righty. So you're going to read Rubnerine chapter 5. And then as we work our way through ethics, I'd like you to read this particular article, Developing a Code of Ethics. This is really the history of the ECED Code of Ethics, which is the one that early childhood educators have. Why was it written? What particular pieces are in it? So it's very, very interesting. And basically, the purpose of that code of ethics is to help you make some very, very difficult decisions, because many times in early childhood and beyond, teachers have to make decisions that don't have a clear-cut good answer. There is no great choice, but you make the least objectionable choice or the best choice based on the information that you have. And that's what the ECED Code of Ethical Conduct helps you do. The actual code of conduct from ECED is right here. And you can see this was written back in 2005 and updated in 2011. It hasn't changed much, hasn't changed at all since then. You'll notice that it's in sections and it has both the ideals and the principles. The first section is your ethical responsibility to children. The ideals are what things would look like in a perfect world, and that's all great. But we don't live in perfect, we live in reality, and we look at the principles. And that's what I want you to really focus on is the principles. And the number one piece out of the ECED Code of Ethical Conduct is this one right here, P1.1. Above all, we shall not harm children. And this one was actually on the OSAT when I took it several years ago. Yes, some people just take the OSAT for fun just to see what's on it. So there we go. That's the first one. The second section is ethical responsibilities to families, because you definitely have a responsibility to them as well. The third one is ethical responsibilities to colleagues, responsibilities to coworkers, and responsibilities to community and society. So I just want you to be familiar, know that it exists, know that it can help you make some very, very difficult decisions. Then we're going to go back here. Let me get out of this. And we've got some week 3 notes in learning modules, but that is, I already put those on your announcement page as far as the links to your reading material. But this does give you a little bit more explanation of ethics and thinking about ethics. Then as far as your work this week, you're going to analyze a situation using the ECED Code of Ethical Conduct and a framework that I'm giving you, and you're going to write your analysis. So it is in your syllabus, page 7 and 8. So let's pull up the syllabus, go to 7 and 8. And there it is, the ethics analysis. So you're going to take an ethical dilemma, and the name of the dilemma is a difficult working relationship. And using the ECED Code of Ethical Conduct, you're going to explain the problem. What is it in your opinion? Identify each of the stakeholders. The stakeholders are the folks that are affected by whatever your decision is. And explain how each stakeholder may view this situation, because, you know, different people look at things through a different lens. Then I want you to brainstorm 3 or more possible solutions, a minimum of 3, Just think of 3 different ways you could attack this problem. Explain how each one of your possible solutions might resolve the dilemma and what consequences may result for each one of those solutions. Then I want you to, for each of the possible solutions, identify 3 or more principles from the ECED Code of Ethics that support your thinking. You've got to be able to back up what you're telling me. That's for this one right here. 3 or more possible solutions, for each one, 3 or more principles. And then you're going to use your ethical finesse, your fine tuning, to decide which solution that you explained above, pick one of the 3, is the most defensible and that you think it should be implemented. Explain why. Defend your decision. You may have to. And as usual, there's the grading rubric. Please read through it before submitting anything. Please know that it's always the details and examples that will put you into the exceeds expectations category. And please be very aware of your mechanics, your spelling, grammar, and punctuation. The actual ethical problem is right here on page 8 of your syllabus. And who has not had an issue with a coworker? Well, here you go. And there's a whole section on issues with coworkers in the ECED Code of Ethical Conduct. But always remember your 1.1. Your first allegiance is to do no harm to children, when your allegiance should be to the children. All righty, keeping that in mind, let's go back here to the announcement page. If you have any questions at all about this assignment, anything we're doing this week or at some other time, please be sure to contact me. Let me know what class you're in when you email, so I can tell right away. And I'll be happy to set up a Zoom appointment. Have a wonderful week. Bye.